From WREL News and the Capital Broadcasting Podcast Network, this is your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Monday, June 29th, 2020. I'm Cliff Baumgardner. Here's the latest from WREL.com. Officials have confirmed that North Carolina has over 63,000 cases of COVID-19 statewide, with more than 1,300 cases newly confirmed in the past 24 hours and a total of 1,361 deaths at the time of recording. A statewide mask requirement started Friday night to try to limit how high those numbers will go, but some people are still choosing not to wear masks. For multiple weekends, crowds have flocked without masks or social distancing to the businesses around Raleigh's Glenwood South neighborhood. Business owners there have faced their share of challenges in trying to encourage customers to follow the mandate. If you walk through Glenwood South, you'll see signs reminding people to keep their distance and that masks are required before walking into any of these businesses. Some owners are even handing masks out to make sure customers follow the state's rules. For some locals without them, free masks will be available soon. Wake County is teaming up with Raleigh and Wake Med Hospital to provide masks for those in Southeast Raleigh. The pilot program plans to distribute 30,000 masks to the areas hit hardest by the virus. Anyone living in the 27610 zip code will be able to grab a mask for free. On Friday afternoon, Governor Roy Cooper ordered bars to remain closed during the pandemic, citing an upward trend of coronavirus cases in the state. But this weekend, some downtown Raleigh bars reopened anyway. Initially, bars would not be allowed to open until Phase 3 of Cooper's plan to reopen the state amid the pandemic. However, Cooper delayed that reopening because of worrisome upward trends in coronavirus cases in North Carolina. Raleigh police said they would not be making arrests to enforce any of the state's mandates, but the department would be talking with owners and managers of the bars that reopened. A statement from the police department read, quote, "Officers will talk with owners/managers with the goal of educating them and encouraging compliance with the governor's orders. Officers will document, report, and confer with the district attorney's office for any potential charges." Over the weekend, Texas and Florida reversed course and clamped down on bars again in the nation's biggest retreat yet, as the daily number of confirmed coronavirus infections in the U.S. surged to an all-time high of 40,000. Texas Governor Greg Abbott ordered all bars closed, while Florida banned alcohol at such establishments. The two states joined the small but growing list of those that are either backtracking or putting any further reopenings of their economies on hold because of a comeback by the virus, mostly in the South and West. Health experts have said a disturbingly large number of cases are being seen among young people who are going out again, often without masks or observing other social distancing rules. Abbott had pursued up to now one of the most aggressive reopening schedules of any governor. The governor not only resisted calls to order masks to be worn, but also refused until last week to let local governments take such measures. In Florida, under Governor Ron DeSantis, the agency that regulates bars acted after the daily number of new confirmed cases neared 9,000, almost doubling the record set just 2 days earlier. While the rise in newly confirmed cases across the country partly reflects expanded testing, experts say there's ample evidence the scourge is making a comeback, including rising deaths and hospitalizations in parts of the country and higher percentages of tests coming back positive for the virus. Deaths from the coronavirus in the U.S. are running at about 600 per day, down from a peak of around 2,200 in mid-April. Some experts have expressed doubt that deaths will return to that level because of advances in treatment and prevention, and because younger adults are more likely to survive than older ones. The virus is blamed for about 125,000 deaths and more than 2.5 million confirmed infections nationwide, according to Johns Hopkins University. But health officials believe the true number of infections is about 10 times higher. Worldwide, the virus has claimed more than 500,000 lives. And lastly, the town of Apex is converting some downtown parking spaces on Salem Street into outdoor seating to encourage people to dine out during the pandemic. The work begins today to turn parallel parking spaces between Chatham Street and Saunders Street into outdoor seating options. A post on the town's Facebook page read, quote, "Our hope is that this expanded outdoor seating will allow downtown businesses to begin regaining some of the capacity lost during the pandemic," end quote. Last week, Governor Roy Cooper extended Phase 2, which means North Carolina businesses can only use their indoor dining spaces at 50% capacity for the next several weeks. According to the town of Apex, this is a temporary conversion, and any barriers or other structures placed along the street will also be temporary. Officials said no handicap spaces will be altered, and 4 of the parallel spaces will remain open for loading and unloading. This has been your Coronavirus North Carolina News Brief for Monday, June 29th, 2020. As always, if you like the information and resources you get from this show, let us know. Leave a rating and review wherever it is you listen. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss our new episodes. Thanks for listening.